When Dead or Alive 5 was announced last year, Team Ninja came out and said they wanted to keep their solid fighting roots, but steer away from the over-sexualization that has potentially put off the more hardcore crowd in the past. This was, however, met with serious backlash. It seems sex does sell, and many gamers who trialed the alpha version of the game bemoaned the downsizing of breasts and the covering up of skin. In order to not anger the already sizable Dead or Alive fanbase, the finished product is very much as sexy as ever. The cutscenes are filled with close-ups of cleavage, bums, lips, and so on. Some of the fighters' outfits are very provocative, and character models are sweaty and dirty by the end of a fight. But make no mistake, aesthetics aside, this is first and foremost a fighting game, and a very solid one at that.
No, enough with the foreplay.
What makes or breaks any video game is of course the gameplay, and Team Ninja has stuck with its tried and tested rock-paper-scissors formula of previous titles. This triangle system, where strikes beat throws, throws beat holds, and holds beat strikes, is basic in principle, allowing instant access for newcomers and button mashers, but maintains the depth to make this a favourite among the more hardcore fighters. Power blows also make a debut here. High risk, high reward attacks that inflict massive damage but take a while to charge can help turn the tide of battle when you're getting pummeled. The stages in Dead or Alive 5 are beautifully designed and offer interactivity unlike that seen in most fighting games. As well as offering a stunning backdrop to host the fights, players can use the scenery to their advantage, bouncing your opponent off the ropes in a boxing ring to keep up your combo, knocking them down the stairs of a temple, or blasting them into a tank to inflict massive damage are all possibilities here. Each stage really has its own personal feel.
I feel a storm is coming. Let's get this party started!
In terms of the roster, Dead or Alive 5 boasts just over 20 characters, each with their unique fighting styles that will appeal to different sorts of gamers. Offensive-minded players may prefer the fast-striking, heavy combo fighters such as Rick or Myla, who look to batter their opponents at every opportunity, whereas more defensive minds can seek to counter with more tactical fighters such as Leifan, or you can find the middle ground with an all-rounder. There genuinely is a fighter for everyone here, and Team Ninja has found a great balance, so there is a level playing field when fighting others, and no one character feels overpowered. In terms of game modes, there is of course the standard versus, where you can fight a friend locally or take on the computer, whose difficulty can be adjusted from 8 levels to accurately reflect your individual ability. There's also the standard arcade mode, time attack mode and survival mode, which offer unlocks for completion. And there is a tag team versus mode for some 2-on-2 action. And then there's the story mode.
Prepare yourself, you traitor!
Let's be honest here, no sane-minded person buys a fighting game expecting a deep, emotional, layered story. In fact, for me, if I can get to the end credits without looking like this man, then the story mode will have been a welcome distraction to the actual fighting. Dead or Alive 5 does not veer away from this traditional template, but that doesn't mean it should be discarded as a waste of time. Things actually start pretty well. I was intrigued from the get-go, and the characters are pretty charming in their own unique ways. Events cross the line of ridiculousness pretty early on though, and some of the reasons for the fights are simply insane.
You're the one who ran into me! Now apologize!
But one man's insanity is another's genius, and I have to admit that watching 2 grown men wail on each other over who gets to eat the last piece of food on the table, only to see a monkey run off with it, while scratching his buttocks no less, is certainly entertaining. If none of that concerns you, then at least the story mode acts as a tutorial, each new fight gradually teaching you more and more challenging techniques that should, with a bit of practice, help to improve your skills as a fighter.
What'd you do that for?
Anyone looking to take this game seriously will probably be spending a fair amount of time in the practice arena. To say that the practice arena is in-depth is to make a massive understatement. It caters for any fighting situation you can think of and is the perfect tool for what will be the main attraction for most gamers, the online mode. Dead or Alive 5's online play is as simple as they come. You can either play a simple match for fun, host or join a lobby of up to 16 players where you can spectate and take part in contests such as the winner stays on or the loser stays on, etc. Or take part in the main attraction, which is ranked match, where winning fights adds to your score and assigns you a rank, from F to A and then on to S. There is a highly addictive nature to climbing the leaderboards, and this will almost certainly be where the longevity of the game comes in. Fighting a human being is always more fun than fighting an AI, and it never gets old hearing someone cursing you in Japanese down the mic for kicking their ass. Online fights are also a lot tenser than those against the computer. Indeed here, it's not all about memorizing an endless string of combos, but more about knowing your opponents and knowing their mind, which leads to some very memorable standoffs. And thankfully, the netcode is very stable and lag is pretty uncommon.
I just wanna truly